You know, you can't fix a problem with the same mentality that caused it.
Tony Yayo shouted you out on a Vlad TV interview. They're saying there might be some sort of documentary on Toronto. I'm going to leave the floor to you and maybe shed the light to some of the viewers.
Oh, yeah, I always told Tony, I said, yo, listen, you just got to get us to 5 because Toronto needs this. We need our top boy. Like, even when he was out here, he's like, yeah, I know Toronto ain't sweet. You got niggas out here driving cars through the mall.
Would you say Moula's probably working like top 3 hardest?
No, he is working hard.
Back and forth on the story.
Because remember, we all went down there with a squad, so you got a car, I got a car, this guy got a car. Like, in my mind, it's easier to market him than me. So my whole plan was, okay, I'm a rapper, I'm gonna ghostwrite for him. These kids are not doing 10 million streams, they're not doing K money numbers.
Is that the algorithm? Fashion Week, Paris, you went. Talk about it. All right. Technical audition, 5 minutes into this.
Working on my fucking legendary
All right. Welcome to Capital Culture, and I'm your host, Christopher Wheeler. And as you can see, we're at a brand new studio, Moonlight. So shout out Moonlight. We're gonna be rocking here all year. And let me tell you, we got a hell of a show today, and I'm gonna get down into it. Now, today, we got a lot of free game to serve because we are sitting down with some may call the CEO of BFR, some may call Pressa's older brother, but today we are sitting down with the one and only Boondog. And we got Kemsav here as well. Shout out Kemsav for rolling through. How are we doing, gentlemen?
And we got Baby too.
Baby, what's going on, Baby? My bad.
You better ask Baby Two some questions and shit.
Oh, 100%. I got questions.
He's a rapper
for all
too.
you.
He has songs out. This is the next generation, man.
Okay.
You better get familiar with what's going on here.
100%.
You gotta do your homework, man.
I did.
You're just gonna come to the city, not do your homework on the young boys.
No. I'm definitely gonna brush up on what they got coming out. But for now, let's walk this in nicely because I got questions for all of you, obviously. But let's start off with something I always ask at the beginning of my interviews. Who is BFRBUNDOG? How would you describe yourself?
Just a nigga from Jane and Finch. Grew up in Jane and Finch my whole life. So I'm like foundation of Jane and Finch because my family grew up in Jane and Finch before me. So my mom and dad been in Jane and Finch since the 80s. You know, so since they were like 6, 7 years old, and they had me when they were like 19, then had Press when they're like 22 and shit, you know.
What were do you have like any fond memories that stick out growing up with your brother and your family?
Yeah, for sure, a lot. Like, remember, like I said, I've been growing up in Jane and Finch my whole life.
Yeah.
I remember going to the same centers I'd be going to right now in the 90s. What else?
Do you feel like now that you're going back to the centers that you went to as a kid, as a much more established human being, you're so successful with you and your brother, do you want to give back to these centers?
Absolutely. Because honestly, there was more like curriculum and shit like when I was growing up. Like we had like Twilight Tuesdays. On a Tuesday, we would play basketball, you know?
Gotcha.
You go to the hood, you see barbecues and shit. Like, it's sad to see things change. Because when you go there, you go there to see the stuff that you grew up seeing and the norm, you know?
Absolutely.
So when you don't see like the driftwood fish and chips, or you don't see the buildings, or you don't see the same people that you used to see, you know? And that's what it is. It's kind of
what are the biggest discrepancies, or what are the biggest changes that you see that are not there anymore in the hood?
The people. So at the end of the day, when I see the people that I grew up with, or know, like my mom's friends, my dad's friends, or my friends, you know, it's a good feeling, you know. It brings you back.
What was the biggest growing experience in the last year as the label CEO of BFR? I know you did a lot of traveling, but what would you say your biggest learning experience in the last year as a CEO of a up and coming label, obviously, and just tell us a little bit about that.
I would say like marketing. Marketing's a big thing because when we first started out, everything was organic. You know, we had all the fans, we had everything. We could just upload something on YouTube and Spotify or TuneCore and it'll just go.
Yes.
Now you see like, you know, the algorithm and shit is slowing down.
Very good point. So some people would be like, hey, the algorithm was never existing, let's say in the early days of, let's say 2015 to 2018, you couldn't just throw it on like a TikTok and the reel would go.
Yeah.
Do you think it's easier to blow a piece of content now or back then?
Okay, so obviously I feel like, I don't know, like right now, obviously TikTok's way better and easier to blow up off of than Instagram. So if you want me to check, like compare the apps, like you're gonna blow up faster
on
or
TikTok.
it's easier to do that on TikTok as opposed to Instagram. So if that was the question, but yeah. So if you want to blow up in this day and age, it would be TikTok to get that viral sensation. And back in the days, like when we started rapping, it'd be YouTube or Instagram. Because you could just throw something on YouTube and the shit would go.
So when you sit down with some of the young bucks beside you, like his Kem Sav and whatnot, what do you tell them when they're like, I got a new single? Like, do you sit them down and try and help them come up with a marketing plan as the CEO? Like,
so like it's different now because their time is harder for them. Okay. You know, it's not like Press, Burna, Houdini and stuff like that. At the end of the day, we have more knowledge, which is better. But I don't know, it's just not hidden like it used to hit back in the days. Like before, like these kids, we didn't know nothing about hits or singles or anything. We liked the song, your friends liked the song, you shoot a video and you put it out. Now with them, it's like we have to pick the right song. And it's like, now you have to have a rollout for that song. Now you have to actually pay for marketing and pay for posts and pay for that stuff because it's so hard for them to generate that traction and those that audience and all those views that these guys were fortunate to have, like Houdini, Burna, Press, Talib Twins, you know?
It did feel like, because like we've had so many clubhouses together and like I feel like between 2015 and 2018 the views were so much higher than they are now. And I have this slotted down farther in the interview, but like, what do you think some of the solutions for the city to try and bring back traction to it? Is the statement "op music is dead" right now? Is that true? What's your thoughts on that?
That's what's so crazy. I think, I don't know. Me personally, how I feel is just like they're just playing with numbers behind the scenes. You get what I'm saying? Maybe they're slowing down the shit.
Algorithm, yes.
Because it doesn't make sense because it's like, and listen, it's not like Burn or Press is getting shitter. You know? It's not like they're not making better music. It's not like their quality is not there. It's not like people are not really listening to them. So I'm like, everywhere I go, they still love them. We go do shows, people still love them. People are still tuned in, you know? And even like the newer guys that are supposed to be running the city, you know, these guys that their names are getting called up, they're still not doing what Burna and Press and Houdini were doing.
Same.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I'm pretty sure that they have that audience right now. You get what I'm saying? So how come they're not getting the views?
Do you think it's to the point where it's like, hey, like, cause the acts you just mentioned, like they've been so hot for so long, there's so many new up and comers. Do the ones you just mentioned get maybe a little stale to the consumer?
No,
because
absolutely.
they've been around for so long?
Yeah, for sure. So that's how I look at it because it's like, and that's what I'll think. Okay, maybe they were rooting for you. They were with you for this song. And now it looks like you're stagnant. It looks like you're not going nowhere. It looks like you're not elevating. You're not making that transition. You're not going mainstream. So I gave up. Now I got to go for a next underdog. But what I'm saying is, although they went for the next guy, which is hot, in their time, when they were the guy.
It was not, absolutely.
These kids are not doing 10 million streams. They're not doing K-money numbers.
Is that the algorithm though? Or
that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what it is.
Interesting.
Like, you know, what did they do? Did they slow the shit down? Because I'm pretty sure the consumers are still there. It's not like the market got smaller. It's either...
It got bigger, if anything.
Yeah, they got bigger, for sure. More people are tuned in. And so what is it? You telling me it's not like the market got smaller. The market cap's still there. So.
When you travel, like I've been watching in the last year, you've been traveling the world with Press and YG and whatnot. Has there been any life-changing experience that like you notice something like, okay, yo, I see how these guys are doing it in this sector of the world. Maybe I'm gonna bring a little sauce and motion and bring that to my team back home. Does anything stand out or?
I just feel like we're out there doing groundwork. You get what I'm saying? Just like touching the fans, you know? Like how we always felt, like even with Press, when he started out in his career, I used to always tell him like, you should go to the schools, be seen, post posters. Like, you know, like one time we had a campaign, our own campaign. Like, so we were still doing a little bit of marketing, but not the marketing that they're used to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just our own marketing. Just like when, back in the days when we're selling drugs and we're marketing our drugs. You know what I'm saying?
But that's a
So it's just a natural marketing. So like, for instance.
But you can't market selling. Well,
Right.
you can't.
Why not?
You can. It's just it's a little harder. It's a little harder.
Yeah, but if I go to a strip and I'm giving out free samples, it's marketing.
Free game.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Because now the word gets around. This is my good dope, and guess what? Now they're gonna call me because I just ran around the whole town marketing this dope by giving away free samples. So it's just like us saying, so when the All-Star game, remember it came to Canada, Toronto that
2016?
time. 2016.
Yes.
Remember, Press just started popping Damiana, so we got some posters and we started posting it everywhere. You know, and those times we were going to little schools.
Because you knew there were going to be eyes there.
Yeah, and that was our little type of marketing. You know.
Forgive me. So this was
like
2015, 2016. Now, if I'm correct, I have this farther down in the interview. You came home 2019. So were you giving him ideas from the pen?
Absolutely.
The pen? Okay, so I didn't realize you were coaching him from the pen. So talk about that.
It started from the pen. So basically how it started was, so one time Pressa came to visit me. So basically, okay, so how it all started is, 2012, 2011, we all go to jail. You know, we all go to jail. Me, Press, YG, FB, 30, who else is rappers? Big Bills, Snow, Blow Cheddar.
This was just
that's
2012, right?
Yeah, 2012.
Okay.
So that's like us. We're the older guys, you know.
Yeah.
Started YBK, you know, with Snow and Big Bills and shit, you know. So they started it. They were there, and then the younger set is like Wassa, Pressa, K-Sav, 30, YG, and all of them. So,
interesting.
So we all go to jail, but they're YOs, right? So they have to go to the Roy. So us, we go to adult. So we are separated from them. They get out
YOs,
before
young
us.
offenders?
Yeah, young offenders.
Yeah, just for the people that
they're young offenders and that. So now, so now they go to jail, but they come out before us. They get like 6-month sentences, 12-month sentences, where we're getting 10 years, 12 years, 8 years, 5 years. So, you know, so they came out before us. But remember, we were all together. We were all one.
Absolutely. So was this a raid on some sort of RICO at the time?
Yeah, it was a RICO, Project Marvel.
Okay.
So they called us YBK, the Young Buck Killers, and shit like that. So
fair enough.
We're there, but that's how it started. So now I go to jail. So 2012, you know, I see OVO guys coming on my range. See Reps Up guys coming on my range. I see EXO guys coming on my range. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, like people just dick riding them or whatever case may be. You know, me, I'm just interested in the lifestyle, you know? So I used to just sit down with them and ask them questions and shit. And they'll just tell me the lifestyle they're living. So I'm just like, fuck, like, who wants to live this lifestyle?
Absolutely.
And you guys are living this. You guys are talking about going on tours, having water gun fights in the hotel, running around. You know, you're fucking bitches, you're doing this, like you're flying from this city to that city, like, holy shit, I'm just trapping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So obviously I want to do something different, you know? So then I sat there, and then Cousin Charlie came to my thing.
Just dropped a new single.
Yeah,
Anyways, go on. Keep it pushing. Yeah.
Cousin Charlie comes on my range.
Yeah.
And then he tells me how his songs are going on iTunes and shit.
Okay.
You know?
Interesting.
And he used to tell me, oh, you get 90% back of what you sell. So me, I'm just number guy. You know what I'm saying? I just number
calculated.
crunching. So I'm saying, okay, so you sell an album for $10. You get $9. You give them $1. You get what I'm saying?
Seems like a pretty good split.
right? A good split.
Yeah.
I sell fucking 1,000 albums.
Yeah.
9,000.
There you
Sell
go.
10,000 albums. 90,000.
Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going, right?
Yeah.
And then same with the single. It's $1 a single, or $10 album. $1 a single, I get 90 cents. They get $1. So I'm like, oh, cool. So
Yeah. So you just hearing about the iTunes though, because like you obviously
because I
so
seen
just
iTunes.
imagining
Remember,
that-
I came into jail.
Okay.
And I know about iTunes, and I know, but I didn't know I could get on iTunes. It's just like me. I'm the first nigga from my block, Real Talks, on YouTube. I used to go to school, like grade 6, grade 5, and go on YouTube and post my videos on YouTube. You get what I'm saying? Because that time, YouTube, you would have just thought, it's the internet. You don't know how to get on the internet. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're just a consumer. You're just watching the internet.
Yeah,
so my job was always, how do I get on? So think about it. No one had songs on iTunes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't even think it's possible. I'm thinking you got to get a record deal or this, that. You didn't know you could just be independent and throw something on iTunes?
Yes.
So for me, if I was shit or not, I would have just wanted to be on iTunes.
Just because you
I'm
never
on
know.
iTunes.
You never know who's gonna want to buy your music.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So I could sell my music. So
Press
at the end of
came
the
to
day,
visit you once, and then that manifested into.
so I'm gonna tell you that. Though.
Yeah.
So then boom, but at the end of the day, remember I had music out too. We were running around, but those times music was going viral through BBM. So you'll get the song and you'll throw it on BBM, and then you'll throw it on YouTube. But there was no streaming platforms. There was the streaming platforms, Spotify and shit probably exists,
but it wasn't as big.
but it wasn't as big.
Not at all.
And we didn't know how to get on there.
It's true. It's
You
very
get what I'm
true.
saying? So it was only the first people that was really doing those type of things was like Friday Night and Cousin Charlie, because those guys were in the music game way before me, you know? Because I remember Friday Night having billboards in Yorkdale and shit. I used to sell CDs with him, his own CDs, get it printed. Because I remember, there was the mixtape CDs, and then there's the real CDs, the album CDs, that they're like this thick, they're a little thicker.
Yeah, the mixtapes would be thinner.
So everyone's running around with the mixtapes. Friday has the real ones.
Yeah.
He's paying what, $5 more, or probably, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's getting the 50-cent one. The one with the slip, this, that, whatever.
Yeah.
The $1, you get like fucking how many cases for like a $50 or something. So he's running around with those. But then I see Friday with these.
Okay.
So, he was always ahead of the game. So when I got in the game with Press, those were the type of people that I would ask. So he's the one who helped me get
put you on game.
TuneCore and shit, So those are the people that I asked. But what I was saying is, so Press comes sees me 2015. So this is Wasgang just hits.
Novocaine drops around the same time, maybe a year.
No, that's a year later.
A year later, okay.
How it starts is Wasgang.
Okay. Yeah, well, I remember it.
He starts Wasgang, him 30, FB.
Yeah. Priceless. I remember
Him-
that was the first one
Him
that really.
30,
Yeah.
and him 30, FB, and Robin Banks. We start with Wasgang. Under UTM, whatever the case may be. So bro comes to me. But remember, I already told you, we were already thinking about BFR from 2012.
Okay.
This is 2016. Because we're saying, we want to be up there with the OVOs, EXOs, Repsups.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there was like JD Era, I forgot whatever set they had. But my dog used to manage him and shit, Shout out my homie, Face, So Face used to come in jail. I used to ask Face a lot of shit. So there was Face, I used to ask with JD Era. Then there's AK from Repsup, I used to ask shit. And then obviously my dog Sticks was in the Dawn.
So
with
you
the
were
man
accumulating information
EXO,
from-
you know what I'm saying?
So you're getting good information from people that kind of already knew what was going on. So you were able to regurgitate this to Press.
Yeah, because I'm saying this is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm just doing all the research for years, in 2012 research. And my whole goal was to, push my brother, because, I always knew that he was marketable, just like his face, he's charismatic, he's like a little...
Interesting. So you knew he was more marketable of the brothers. You knew that you had the self-awareness to be like, this kid
for
is a
sure.
little bit more charismatic
Bro,
than maybe
come on,
yourself,
everyone
or-
loves him. Little kid.
Yeah.
He's fucking 18, looks like he's 12. You know what I'm saying? How could you not market that? It should be easier. Like in my mind, it's easier to market him than me. So my whole plan was, okay, I'm a rapper. I'm gonna ghostwrite for him.
Oh, okay.
Or that's what I thought. Like,
Yeah.
Until this kid started coming with his own raps.
300. I remember when 300 bars came out.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking wild.
So that's what I'm saying. So he started rapping, and I'm like, holy, he's actually good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
It makes my job easier.
A lot,
You know,
100%.
I don't have to fucking ghostwrite for this kid and this, that. So then after, boom, he comes with WASS Gang. They drop it under the UTM imprint with BG, with thing. So what they don't know is I was always gonna do this. You know?
Yes.
So it's not like, oh, I went and did my own thing with press or this, that. This was going on before UTM even exists, before I even heard of it. But they're the first ones to put on the hood. Don't get it twisted, you know, with Robin Banks. So that's why I said it starts with Robin Banks, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, without Robin, that started this whole wave. Yeah, there's YBK, there's Smugglers, there's all that before us.
Big pioneer.
But when it comes to this wave right now, it's these kids, you know? We're just happy to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
I'm older, I'm happy to be a part of their movement. The whole WASS Gang movement and this, that, that's these kids' movement. The younger generation, that's pressing them down. Anything older than press is my generation, which is YBK and Smugglers, you know?
Yes.
Of course, give credit where credit's due, you know? Niggas are still real niggas, started shit, we tried a thing, but it's just different times. You get what I'm saying? Because if we grew up in their time, we would be the WASS Gang. You get what I'm saying? We would be the Pressas, I would be Pressa, Greedy will be fucking Burna, and next guy Snow will be Houdini. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, Heartless G and Sam G and these guys will probably be the K-Monies and the fucking things. You know what I'm saying? The Pangs and them, right? Because at the end of the day, it's a different time.
It's amazing that you're this self-aware, and I'm very like I got off track a little there, but you really took us on a interesting little rant there. Okay, that was very interesting. Now let's kind of pivot a little bit. I saw online recently a big name out of G Unit just shouted you out, and there may be something in the works there. Tony Yayo shouted you out on a Vlad TV interview. They're saying there might be some sort of documentary on Toronto. I'm going to leave the floor to you and maybe shed the light to some of the viewers.
Oh, yeah, I always told Tony, I said, yo, listen, you just got to get us to 5 because Toronto needs this. We need our top boy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit's going on, and he knows. He came over here. He sees what's going on. Remember when he was over there with press, I used to talk to him on the phone and shit. So at the end of the day, you know, he's a real nigga. He watches our YouTube series and shit. He knows what the fuck's going on out here. He's in tune. Like, even when he was out here, he's like, yeah, I know Toronto ain't sweet. You got niggas out here driving cars through the mall. I don't see that shit happen nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he's in tune. Like, that nigga's in tune. You get what I'm saying? So I always tell him, yo, bro, cut the check, put your royalties on it, put your name on
Absolutely.
it. Sell the story. I'll tell the story. You just gotta sell it.
Power the storybook of Canaan. Like, he has an ear to someone who has a major.
And I know 50 would love our story, because he already loves our story, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because it's real, it's authentic, you know what I'm saying? It's a real story, like I said. It doesn't have to just be about me and Pressa, like, because
There's so many.
You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit that's going on with Toronto, and I think it would be a bigger story if it's about Toronto and not just about Press, or WASS Gang, or Jane and Finch.
No, absolutely.
That's gonna be the main thing of the story, I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? The Toronto story, that's going to be the main purpose of the story.
I hear you, absolutely.
But for us to be tuned in, it's going to be like a Life of the Dot. Like, that's why, you know, shout out to Life of the Dot, because they could have just said Life of Jane and Finch, or Life of Driftwood.
Well, it's just like if you live here, you're involved in the music scene, you just realize it's all over Toronto. It's just not one area. There's so many active artists that are doing it.
That's just like, you know, you're limiting yourself. It's like if I'm just on my hood and I'm on my block all day and I don't move around. I don't go downtown. I don't go to Regent Park. I don't go to fucking Rexdale. I don't go to Scarborough. I don't go to PO. Like, if I don't jump on the bus and go to these places and meet new people, I'm just going to be limited to what I know here in my hood. And that means that you're limiting your product. You get what I'm saying? And if you're not involving all these other people into your product, you're only going to get the supporters of your hood on this product. Why do I only want the supporters of my hood, you know?
More, absolutely.
So if I just make it, Jane and Finch, you're just gonna have the Jane and Finch people. People are gonna watch it and but they're not gonna feel like they're a part of it.
Very good. No, it's an interesting point you make, because the more relatable it is, and if you have all of Toronto on the documentary or the show, everyone's tuning in other than maybe one hood and then maybe a couple.
It doesn't even have to be Toronto. It could just be Canada. Because, yo, there's niggas doing mad shit crazy in Vancouver. There's shit going on in Montreal. There's shit going on in Alberta. There's shit going on in Winnipeg. So it doesn't even have to just be a Toronto, but it could stem from Toronto. You get what I'm saying? Just like how it's going to stem from Jane and Finch.
When would you like to see this when would you like to see this happen? Obviously, the shout out happened. The idea is still in the group chat, shall we say. How fast do you think you could move on this, and how beneficial do you think it will be for the city?
It's all up to the city. It's all up to niggas like Pressa, you know, that are there. People that are close to us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that can make it happen. Because at the end of the day, it's how relevant we are. You get what I'm saying? It's niggas like Top 5 need to come home and make us relevant, you know?
Absolutely.
It's all about relevancy. Because,
speaking of
listen, take it in.
Yeah.
These niggas don't want to do songs with you, even though you're hard.
Yeah.
But why am I going to do a song with you if you're not relevant? The moment you're relevant, Crody, everything is easier. So it's there, the connections are there, 50's there, 20 Yayo's there.
Yeah.
It's all up to us to get relevant and make Pressa blow, because he's gonna be that street rapper from the streets. Oh, now he has all the streets watching him. Let me see what's going on over there.
After traveling with him for, let's say, like 4 to 6 months, what do you think 2 attributes he needs to step it up in to make him blow? Is it a marketing thing? Is it a personal thing? Is it a discipline thing? You're the older brother. You give, just from hearing the wisdom, I'm sure you kind of know what those maybe 2 or 3 things may be. What would they be?
Well, Pressa's good, man. Like,
is it just a time thing, organic?
No, it's organic. I think he needs to just do him more and stop worrying about other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, worry about what other people want, you know? Pressa's more of a pleaser type of nigga, you know? Like, he's like, does it sound good? Or like, when he's in the booth, he's probably trying to make songs for other people or for this, you know? You gotta make it come natural. And just, you know, maybe he wants to make some crazy, like, gun songs and shit.
Why was he so tired and sleeping on the cardboard the other day? What happened? Give a little insight to what was going on there.
Though. Pressa's trenchy, just like us. Yeah. That could have been me.
Absolutely, the
that
grind. Me. So you guys were at the studio, were you at the back show? What, give us a little insight on what was going on there.
I think they're just
finishing.
I don't know. I wasn't there. So
Gotcha. I saw you tripping with the food too.
He's trying to put the ketchup on the curry. You know what I'm saying?
Do you believe ketchup goes on curry for the people watching? Nah, you heard it here, Press.
I'm not Pressa. Well, Press been like that. Press is the type of nigga eat ketchup on rice.
Just
white rice, you know what I'm saying?
I hear
you. It came like that. Like, I used to eat that. Like, even he used to eat like a maple syrup on fucking bread. Like, I didn't eat that shit.
Growing up, what was your 2 favorite meals from your parents? Do you remember what did Press get excited for back then?
Not really excited, but like, you know, my grandma, shout out my grandma, she just died like on Halloween, the last Halloween, you know? She used to eat us,
rest in peace.
Make us, you know, my Filipino grandma, she used to really make us like pancit and shit.
Adobo, that's a traditional.
Tilapia, you know what I'm saying?
And those are Filipino dishes.
Like her strips was bomb. And shit like that. So yeah, remember we grew up with our Filipino side. Although we had our Jamaican grandmother down the street or up the block. My household was more Filipinos.
I kind of want to focus on your music for a second. Now you dropped quite a few successful singles with. Like one of the notable one that my favorite person is. I love OGZ.
Yeah.
And then I love the track you made with him. That was fucking sick. Like I really like that. So what do you have? What in terms of your own plans for your own music in the next year? Do you have I know you're so focused on the label, bringing up Kemsab, bringing up Pressa and everyone. Do you have a little content calendar for yourself in the sense of this year you're gonna be dropping music?
I'm doing a lot. Like, honestly, I do a lot. So it's not just with these musics. Like, it's on them, you know. Like, as much as you see CEO, whatever the case may be, it's really on these kids. You know, I could give. They have me. They could call me for free game or whatever, and I'll always tell them the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm out here in the trenches, like bringing them to studios, bringing them to video shoots.
You're not holding their hand.
I can't do that.
No.
I'm a big man. I have a lot of things going on. I have a lot of business ventures going on. My bills need to get paid. But I just bring them and show them, like for instance, Baby 2 just seen today, like, we're just getting free shit, free perks, and he's just like, yo, I gotta get hotter, I gotta get more relevant. So it's not Boondog bringing you here. It's like you're calling Baby 2. Come get some free weed, free this, free that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the lifestyle. This is what
100%.
this is what I was sold. You get what I'm saying? I'm hearing all free hotels, free fucking flights to this city, this country, free this, free that, everything free. That's what the lifestyle comes from.
Who wouldn't want
So
it?
it all comes down to like how relevant you are, or how big you are.
Now,
shit like that.
I seen something interesting. I know you came home around 2019. You flew straight to Dubai. Why was that? I'm interested to know. You spent it, and I remember the snap. You rented this car, and it's like 7 in the morning, and you're like, I'm staying up 24/7. I'm driving this all the fucking time, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sleep in it if I have to.
Yeah, we spent so much money on these cars. We were like, fuck it.
Absolutely.
I remember this was my first time driving foreign cars. Because remember, I went to jail
in
when
2010
in 2011. So there's no such thing as foreign cars. Like, yeah, I seen R8s and shit, but I never drove them. Like the best car I probably drove before I went to jail, I can't even tell you. I was young. I can't lie.
Okay.
I was young, and I used to go to Atlanta, so I used to see some crazy shit in Atlanta. I used to see CLSs, 550s.
All right.
I used to see Aston Martins, but I never got to drive them.
So what did you drive in Dubai?
So when I was driving in Dubai, Rolls Royces, Bentleys.
You were
Lambo
swapping them
trucks.
out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because remember, we all went down there with a squad, so you got a car, I got a car, this guy got a car. I don't want to drive the car for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
I drive the car one, here we switch, you know? It's just like watches, like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like if I have a watch and my homie has a watch, I may switch him.
That's true. He's a man of his word. They were.
Yeah, we'll
don't want to
swap
speak.
all day.
I don't want to speak on what's going on in the green room, but he takes care of everyone.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we do that. It's not like people will look at it like we're all brothers. Like they act like we can't share and shit. We grew up on sharing and shit. I used to share with my own little brother. Like share clothes, share this, share that. Never gonna get too old to share. Like even with my business partners right now, we share anything. We share cribs. Yeah, here. Oh, you're going to this city. Here, take my condo. Yeah, I'll take your condo. Or yo, let me take the car. I'll take your car. So that's what I was. You know, that's what I seen when I was in Atlanta and shit. So at the end of the day, so I just flew to Dubai. How it happened was I got off parole in October. I got my passport and everything right away. And then my friends told me they're going to Dubai for 3 weeks, you know?
So that was the first destination.
So it wasn't planned, it was just organic. Fuck, I've been waiting to travel. I've been on parole for so long.
What's the feeling? You've been in, you went away for 9
and I'm
10
happy
years.
that I went.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's when I made my Instagram.
Yeah, I remember. I
made my Instagram. I already had some songs. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna come back on the scene. Because the whole parole, I was off the scene. So that's why they probably thought I was still in jail or anything. Because I was still behind the scenes. I never had Instagram, never had Snapchat, never had nothing, you know? I never went live. I never did nothing. So a month off of parole, my friend said they're going to Dubai for 3 weeks. We went, and then we ended up staying for 6 weeks. Every week we're extending. There's a thing called extending. In over there. So we'll extend 1 week. Then we'll extend 3 days. And then we'll extend because it was free. Absolutely. It was free to switch your flight.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Because it was COVID time. We got on business class for mad cheap.
Okay.
It was crazy. So, you know, and it was a good thing. I remember, I don't know nothing about business class or nothing. So my first plane that I got on after coming home is, you know, is business class. You know, I was with my friends. They're like, they're bougie type of niggas. You know what I'm saying? So they know how to. They know what they're doing. They know all the nice restaurants. They know business class. They want to live a different type of life.
You're just taking it all in.
Yeah. So me, I'm like business class. What the heck? I'm ready to go economy to Dubai. I don't care. I'm just going to Dubai. Like I didn't know what to expect. And they're like, nah, you gotta go business class. You gotta do that. And then I went. Boom.
What was the favorite thing about the trip? The cars? What really took you out? Like, wow.
That was my favorite trip, honestly.
You still remember? Yeah. You went to Ethiopia? And you still remember that one? Yeah, that's crazy.
First, because it's my first trip, and plus, I went with more people. Because there was probably like 14 of us. you know? This next trip, it was like 3, 4 of us, me, Press, YG, and then the next guy, you know?
Okay.
So it's not really that fun. It's cool. It's more like a work trip too. Dubai was not work. It was more just
You're just
networking. And just, you know? So it's still work, because I met Unknown T out there.
Yes.
I met Abracadabra out there. So look, now Abracadabra and Bro and them have a song. A band OK them have a song. Remember?
Dropping in the future this year?
Yeah,
or
in the
recorded?
future. Yeah, they recorded it just now when we were in London.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, that's just off of me going to Dubai and just building that relationship with them. You know? Unknown T made the song with Northside Benji. So now when he comes to Toronto, I bring him to the hood. We make a video. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like,
I remember there was a moment on on your trip. I think you were in Mexico with Bunlo and Pressa.
Yeah.
And then one of the what is it? One of the helps thought you were Tiger. And your hat just fell off, and I could see the resemblance a little bit. Oh man.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
This is a question that's been on my mind, and I want to know your take on it. Fashion Week, Paris. You went. Talk about it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of layers of cadences I could get into, but I just want to let you kind of talk about that yourself.
Fashion Week was chill.
Yeah.
Cool.
You guys went to a lot of shows.
Yeah. I went to shows. There's a lot of shows. They be chilling. I seen some Marnie and Carhartt collab.
Okay.
There's mad collabs, mad designers. I seen a lot of like stylists from like New York. I met a lot of stylists from New York there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I seen it was crazy because like just going there, you just see mad people and shit like that.
I'm sure you do. Okay, I think I got the gist of that. I kind of want to get into a debate with you to end this interview on kind of who's working hardest out of the city right now. And I saw you post him on your story because you're kind of asking where you got those shoes. But in your opinion right now, would you say Moula's probably working like top 3 hardest in the city in terms of trying to blow and work ethic?
Yeah, for sure. His work ethic is there. He's working hard. He's relevant, you know? If he gets the music to back it, then...
Do you think let's talk about the recent singles. And the only reason I'd bring him up, because I think he's working hard and whatnot, but I saw you guys go back and forth on the story, and people were kind of confused what's going on
But listen,
there.
I'm a real nigga.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Am I going to lie and say he's not working hard?
Yeah.
Then who's going to believe me? You get what I'm saying? I can't lie. I can't sit here and lie. You ask me a straight up question, and I give you a straight up answer.
Yeah.
You ask me, what do I think if the guy's working hard? And the guy's working hard.
Yeah.
How could I say no?
Fair enough, fair enough. And there is no animosity to, like, because you guys, for all of us as consumers of the industry, the music and whatnot, we see you guys posting each other, we've seen some back and forth, but at the end of the day, we as mature men know, like, we just want to, the city just needs to work hard, put the politics to the side, and want to see people that are putting in that work, you know? So when I saw you bridge the gap there, I thought it was you trying to set an example, and be like, guys, like, maybe there might be a barrier of the hatchet there. I'll let you speak on it a little more, and then we'll kind of move on there.
I don't think it goes that far to bury it and hash it. Like,
Okay.
we would love it, but I don't know. Like, I know a lot of people would love that. You know? But my niggas wouldn't, you know?
No,
His
of course.
niggas probably wouldn't. If you ask me, I don't really care whether we do this or we don't. You know what I'm saying? But we all got to look at the bigger picture, you know? Certain people don't have that vision. So you can't expect everyone to think like everyone. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because they just don't have the vision. They don't see that far.
Okay.
People just see right here. They just see what's right here, what's in front of them.
In front of them.
And you can't blame them. It's just, you know, inshallah, time will heal all, maybe in due time.
Yeah.
Do I see it happening? No.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
If it did happen, would it make the city better? Yes. But it's not going to happen.
No, I feel that. Now, I guess...
Because there's too much, a lot of people are ignorant, like, you know what I'm saying? Black people, ignorant. Like, so, like, you watch these movies and shit, right? like these mob movies, or you talk about these fucking cartel guys, or what's the guy's name? The big guy, I don't know the man's name.
Escobar.
Pablo.
Yeah, Escobar.
Yeah, all these guys. Pablo Escobar.
El Chapo.
El Chapo.
Yes.
These guys are out here squashing beef that people are real bloodshed, real people are dying, this, that, for the money. You get what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
these guys, they're not getting enough money.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. And it's kind of one-sided. Like us, we're the ones getting all the money. So it's like,
fair enough.
if they ain't got no money, then they ain't got nothing to lose. So,
interesting.
You get what I'm saying? So you have to remember, if niggas don't have nothing to lose, then they're still gonna be out here crashing out and doing stupid shit, and they don't have families, they're not fucking taking care of their mom, they're not buying their mom's houses. They're not even the ones taking care of the household or anything. Like, you can't just take a guy like me out the picture. You can't just take a guy like Pressa out the picture. A lot of people suffer.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not talking about friends or family. I'm talking about my mom.
Yeah, you are the breadwinner.
Your wife.
You are the breadwinner.
You know what I'm saying? Your sisters. Like, fortunate for me and my bro is like, both of us know how to get it or take responsibility. And you know, if I'm down, my brother could take care of me. If he's down, I could take care of him. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just take those type of guys out the picture. You know, whether they die or go to jail, a lot of people are gonna suffer. You know what I'm saying? Niggas are taking care of people in jail. 100%. Niggas is taking care of this person, that person. So you gotta think about it. Those people are valuable people, fam. You know? So there's a lot of people that they go to jail and no one even feels it. If anything, it's less stress for other people. Because those are the people asking them for Ubers or asking them for this, asking for this. Fucking you're getting your mom's door kicked off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Because you're selling dope out of your mom's house still. Like, you're still a kid, you know? So you can't expect these type of people to have that mindset and elevate, because they're still down here. Their mindset is still down here. It's not really up here. So with us now, it's different because you guys have like guys like us, Press, Houdini, like, you know, people that want more, YG, that have more, that want more. So what do you think that's gonna do to the kids around us? You know? They can't just go think they're gonna be content with selling drugs out their mom's house, because that's not what's happening. You see YG getting rich off rapping. You see Pressa getting rich off rapping. You see Houdini getting these sky dwellers off rapping.
I agree.
So what do these kids want to do? They want to rap and get this money and do it just like us.
As an older brother, though, do you kind of get worried it's such a dangerous profession? Like, you mentioned Houdini, rest in peace.
For sure, it's dangerous.
You see them getting mixed up at these parties and whatnot.
Man, you never heard Tony Yayo on the fucking Vlad shit? Or the next interview?
What did he mention? You have to quote.
What do you mean? This rap shit is dangerous.
That's what I'm saying. So as an older brother,
it's
like,
easier, like,
it's hard.
I don't want to be here. You think my life's dangerous? You think I want to be here showing my face, interviews and this, that? No, I'm just sacrificing. You get what I'm saying? I'm sacrificing because I know better. So I'm here just trying to have a platform to show people and motivate them and trying to open up and elevate people's minds. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I do it. I don't do it because I want fame or I want to look good. I want to be nice. Fam, if I don't come to this interview, I don't even wear these clothes. You know that?
I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You see what I wear.
But this is a business. Yeah,
it's
I
a
agree.
Business. So I don't care about this clothes.
Yeah.
I don't care to go on Instagram. I don't care about this watch. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are just tools because, you know, in this
100%.
day and age,
and
you have to have these
to
stuff
network
to
too.
have influence and to network. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
Other than that, I don't need it. You know, I don't need it to make me feel better.
You feel like you're the guy still, even without.
Because I've always been a guy.
Exactly.
To me, you know, that's why people just need to be a guy to themselves. Like me, I always been that guy. So
free game.
So I could come outside and look bummy, and I don't give a fuck who I see. Because guess what? It's just like what I said in Dubai. I'm in the Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I could jump in the cab, and you can't tell me nothing when I'm in the cab.
You still,
Because tomorrow I could be in the Rolls Royce again. It's what I choose. You could see me in some dirty shoes and this, that on the block, whatever. But I know who I am. Tomorrow I could go buy a $2,000-$3,000 outfit.
Gotcha.
But it's futile, you know?
Now, I'm going to leave it with this final message from you. You have a close-up camera right there. What would you say to the city of Toronto and more specifically maybe the BFR, the label? Is there a message you have for them or the city of Toronto or just the younger youth looking for a free game from you yourself, what would the message be?
You know, you can't fix a problem with the same mentality that caused it. So that's free game of the day. Do you understand the quote?
I fucking understand the
So
quote.
can you
100%.
elaborate?
What
you
if
think?
you're gonna, so basically, if you're trying to fix a problem and running into the wall with the same attitude over and over again, you're never gonna be able to go around the problem. You're gonna have to change your mentality, move aside, find a different way of perspective of looking at the issue and maneuvering it that way.
So if the city wants change, they're just gonna have to change their mentality before that happens.
I love it. I think that's a perfect way to end. And that was another episode of Capital Culture with Christopher Wheeler, BFR Boondog.
Thanks for having us, bro.
The
You're a
Wassa
real nigga.
gang
I
here,
appreciate
yo.
you.
I appreciate you. We have one more segment after that, but we will be here all year filming at Moonlight.
And they better go and check out the man whose music. I have a song with Kemsav, Motion. I know you know that.
Okay.
And Baby 2.
About to drop an EP too right now, just now.
Okay. How many tracks on that EP?
Tell them what you guys want to talk about.
Like
Yeah.
10 tracks. 10 tracks.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple features.
Who you have on there?
YG, Tall fucking
Okay.
Burner.
Okay. So you got the gang on there.
Yeah.
When do you
Yeah.
anticipate dropping that?
That should be dropped sometime this month, right? The end.
Okay. You got the marketing and all the man done ready?
Huh? I got a fucking shit coming out this month too with fucking with YG. I got a single, a couple coming out. Should be at the end of the month, same time.
We got a name for the track? Name for the single?
A couple?
A couple?
It's coming off the Rush Hour mixtape. Me and YG.
Okay,
have
yeah.
our own tape.
I
Rush
hear you.
Hour.
I hear you.
What you got going on, Baby 2?
I have 2 videos about to drop. I have one with me, M-Sav, Keezy coming just now.
Okay.
I have a track on my brother too.
Alrighty, well, you heard it here first. This is Christopher Wheeler with Capital Culture. We got a whole lot of music coming. We'll see you in the next one.